Hello, Mike here with MikeOverlanding. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the top on the Jeep Gladiator. You may notice I've already removed the doors. You don't need to remove the doors before you remove the top. But I just got done filming a video where we removed the doors, so I decided just to leave them off so we can show you with the doors off and the top off what it looks like. Now, as far as preparation to remove the top, Jeep gives you everything you need to do it. First of all, this container right here is where you put the freedom panels when you remove those. Nice place to put them to keep them from getting damaged. Also, this little pouch here are these rubber pads. There's two of them, and I'll show you later, but they're basically used to go underneath the hardtop here when you put it on the ground and keep it from damaging the hardtop. Jeep, of course, has a neat little kit they put in the glove box. I like to keep it back here. But this neat little kit with everything you need to remove the bolts on the Jeep. And lastly, one of the things you need to use on the Jeep is this little key right here. The first thing you want to do is remove the freedom panels, and there's two freedom panels over the two front seats. You have to take off the driver's first before you can remove the passenger side. And all you do is simply, there's three of these, you open up, drop the visor down, disconnect this, push up, and it comes off. The next thing you're going to do is remove two bolts on the top, one near the driver's side and one in the passenger side. That ain't going to do it. Wish I had smaller fingers. There we go. And Jeep has a neat place to put these so you don't lose them, and I'll show you. The neat place to store these is behind the driver's seat in the back. You simply lift up the bottom of the seat. Jeep has this neat little area here, and they've designated where the certain screws go. You can see I've already got the bolts here. There's 8 of them for taking the doors off, and this is where the bolts go for taking the top off. The next step is to lower the backs of both of the rear seats so you can access the bolts, like so. And as you notice, this Jeep, I've got the additional soundproofing, weatherproofing, and it's simply Velcroed on, or hook and loop, whatever you want to say. And simply just remove that, and you can see there are 4 bolts that need to be removed from the back and 1 on either side. Jeep provides the tool to do that. One down, 5 to go. Okay, the next step is to remove the wiring harness or disconnect the wiring harness from the top. And the reason there's a wiring harness here is because there's a rear window defogger in this back window here. So this is a little tricky, but the first thing you do is you want to pop this cover off. There we go. And then, I don't know, there's a little red top to it here. You slide that toward the front of the Jeep to unlock it. You're gonna click, hopefully. And then this is the tough one. You gotta pinch it, and pull it out. And there you go. Jeep made a neat little compartment to put this in so it doesn't get damaged. That's where this comes in handy. There's a little slot down here, and you gently put it in here and pry it open. This comes off. And you take this cord and you put it in here. Nicely. And slip the cord down. Turn. This and this. And the top's ready to come off. To protect the top, the next step is to lift the top slightly and put these rubber chocks underneath it. Whoa. There we go. To lift the top off, Jeep recommends that more than one person do it. I've heard that one person can lift the top off simply by opening the rear window, sticking an arm in here, and lifting it up. I'm going to give it a try. It is doable, but it's awkward. Could do it, but I'm worried I might damage it. So we're gonna put the camera down and my wife's gonna help me. Well, you can see here we were successful and we got it off without incident. And it does lean forward, and you can see what the rubber chocks do. They keep the end from getting scratched up and worn off. It is a two-person job. I could have done it, but at the risk of scratching the Jeep or the top, I decided not to. And unfortunately, we didn't show us taking it off, but please believe us, we did it without incident. There was no one to film to hold the camera while we were doing it. Okay, this is what the Jeep looks like with the doors and the tops off. Pretty cool. And we're in a northern state where there's snow, and it's a balmy 50 degrees out right now. Your blood thickens and you get used to it, but this is what the Jeep looks like with all the doors and the roof off. And I'm going to take it for a little drive down the road and back. The heated seats and the heated steering wheel come in handy. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. Please check out my other videos at MikeOverlanding.